It is Wednesday, December 17th. Welcome to the local sports pod. We are doing it live again tonight, much like we did Monday, only a little change. We have the Lady Cougars in the house with us, set to do Cougars Center Court, our second episode. We already did meet the Cougars. We're actually going to meet some of the Lady Cougars tonight as well, as we have some special awards to give for the past half dozen games. Quickly, before we get underway, I want to thank our sponsors. As always, R.O. Marchetti and Plumbing and Heating, Sacco Chiropractic, Barbush Automotive, and BLB Auto Sales, our MVP sponsor, so to speak. We'll get into more on that in just a few minutes. And of course, our crossover sponsor, Funerals Funeral Services Incorporated. We're going to be joined by a special guest, Paul Bowe, tonight. Familiar with this special part of the basketball program here at Hazleton, and we will get into that shortly. I am your host, Mikey Sosar. Welcome in once again. Ladies are looking real good at this point, about a half dozen games into the season, 5-1 overall record. Just a couple of highlights as I like to throw out there. Good control. They're playing their game against everybody. They're not coming in here, or we're not going there, and we're playing their game. They're playing the Lady Cougars game. They're mature. They're physically sound. They are just dialed in at this point. Again, it is only 6 games into the season, a 5-1 record. But as we get into it, Coach Gav, there's not much to say at this point from my standpoint with a 5-1 record. I mean, we'll go through the first 6 games. Another big win last night up at North Pocono, right? There's just so much to talk about, and we will get into it shortly. But the girls, as with the boys, start a very early day here. You know, they do go to school as well. So we want to take care of them. And quickly remind you of our sponsor of this segment, the Showtime Outstanding MVPs. We have 3 of them, brought to you by Barbush Automotive. Since 1937, give us a call. We do it all. Located at 1299 Route 924 here in Harley and Hazel Township. All your repair and emergency repair, service needs, inspections. I know inspections are coming up here at the end of the year. Please give them a call, 570-454-7571. Also located on the same premises, BLB Auto Sales. Looking for a newer, upbeat, good car, BLB Auto Sales is the place to go. If you don't feel like visiting them, again, their address, same as Barbush, same owners as well, 1299 Route 924 over in Harley. You can visit them online at www.barbushauto.com. Their entire inventory is listed there. Check it out and give them a call today at 570-861-8393. Again, a big thanks to our Showtime Outstanding MVP segment and our award segment for every show we do. Barbush Automotive, BLB Auto Sales. And it's about time we get to talk to the student athletes, the girls, the players, the ones who make up the heart and soul of this program. And Coach, we're going to go through each one. We have 3 for the first 6 games chosen by you and staff. They are Barbush Automotive, BLB Auto Sales, Showtime Outstanding MVPs, and we'll start with Sophia Benyu. Give us a little bit of her journey, and we'll let her talk.
Benny, as we say, you got to love her to know her is to love her, and she's doing a wonderful job. She most unselfish player I've ever coached in my life. I get her shooting a little bit. I was just talking to her a little bit, but she makes the press go. Fun to be around. A darn good player.
What year are we in now?
Yep.
What year are we in now? With her?
She's a junior. Yeah, she's a junior, and she's fun to be around. And the kids love her. Coaches love her. Everybody loves her, and she's just call it a funky giraffe because nothing affects her. We got to get her to shoot a little bit more, but she's very, 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 very valuable to this team, and she knows it. She can play all the position stuff. We got to shoot a little bit, but really came to play against that Red Bank Catholic team, and we needed her because they were really, really big, and She's our biggest kid. She actually grew. I would say she's 5'9". She looks about 5'11 and a half, but playing against 6'3", 6'1" kids. She did a wonderful job, and we're thrilled with her. We got to get her shoot just a little bit more. Be a little bit. They know I love passing and I love the game the way it should be played, but she's given up a lot of shots. I think she likes her teammates, or I don't know if they buy her food or what, but want her to shoot just a little bit more. But she's doing a great job.
Sophia, you got to speak up now because he's got the mic. We're not going to pass it.
All right.
And I know you have a whole lot to say, but
Yeah.
congratulations.
Thank
You're
you.
number 1 at 3 tonight. Give us your thoughts.
I mean, Gab is just very, what should I give my thoughts on?
No, we talk about the games and stuff, like practices and teammates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because she's usually likes to talk. She's a little shy here, but once she gets going, I don't know if the others will got to talk, but she does a wonderful job, and yeah. Benny, you like what you're doing? You like what you're doing? You like what you're playing? Like your teammates?
I mean,
Yeah. Well, what do you think is your strength?
probably just making the team better and passing, rebounding.
That's it.
Yeah,
And soon to be shooting
Yeah,
just a little
soon.
bit more. Like I said, never been a more unselfish player, but to make her better, she's gonna have to shoot a
We
little bit.
mentioned she needs to shoot a little more.
Yeah, better. I think we
A little bit more.
Just a little,
bit
just
more.
a
A little bit more.
All right, next we have Alexis Reimold.
Alexis?
Coach, tell them all
Yeah,
about
Alexis,
her. And then we'll talk to
Alexis is a different animal there. Is starting for 4 years for us, and very valuable that she's so quiet. You know, she's breaking out of her shell just a little bit. When big time games come, she has her biggest games in big time games. I want to say in her freshman year, I remember very vividly, playing a really, really good Nazareth team, and came off the bench and played phenomenal, and then had to take over as a point guard. She was playing inside a point guard because Lacey Creaney tore her ACL halfway through the season. She's playing point guard. This past game, Red Bank Catholic, one of the top rated teams and stuff, her and Benny inside were mismatched and they rebounded very well. Last year against Perk U of Valley, won a state championship. She had her biggest game. Last year in the WVC championship game against Crestwood, someone's not going to have their A game. We had like 5 kids not have their A game, and she just took over the game. So much so that it impressed a lot of coaches that in our WVC Coach Association, they voted her co-MVP. And they said, listen, that kid comes to play in big games.
What year are we in with her?
She's a senior. She's one of those seniors that we're going to miss her terribly. And she's irreplaceable. She plays point 2, 3, 4, whatever. We get her talking just a little bit. If you think Benny didn't talk, wait till you see this, but we'll get her to say
Talks like
something.
Benny shoots.
She does a wonderful job, unassuming, can shoot, can drive, get her left hand, hits reverse and stuff. She's just a really solid player. A lot of coaches talking about her. Everybody loves her. And she's another good kid. We have wonderful kids around here. It makes it fun to come there, but to pull teeth. But Benny, what do you think about that Red Bank Catholic team? What do you think about that, or Alexis, that Red Bank Catholic team?
I thought they were pretty good. I thought we played our best
Yeah,
against them.
we played well, but we had chances. We definitely had chances, and because of her, she turned it up in the second half, kept us in the game there a little bit, left, right, and stuff. She played very well, but it was tough inside, wasn't it? Pretty
Oh,
tough.
yeah, they were
When you're going against 7 Division I players, and they were no flukes. I've coached a long time. That people have told me, like, is that one of the better teams you played again? Yeah, pretty close. Burke was good. This team was better than Burke. O'Hara was good. This is O'Hara on steroids, as someone said. They were that good. And we were in there with a couple of things, and that's why we're playing teams like this, so that these people get experience. And I'm not into moral victories and stuff. So I was still mad. I was still, because I thought we had a chance there. But the more you do this, the better you get a chance. We have some games coming up. But Alexis has done a wonderful job, and like all of them have done, the whole team has done. And we just thought, like, she's coming on now. She's a good leader, quiet leader. She doesn't have to be a rah-rah. But you like your teammates here, Alexis?
I do.
She does. She does. They all like each other, and it's great, And like I said, another one that got to get her shooting just a little bit more and stuff like that. But you get her inside, she scores. We have plays just for her. We have tremendous mismatch problems in those big games, but she showed she can do it this year, because last year she played 3 because we had 2 big kids, and now she's playing inside, go a bigger kid, but she can take them outside, go inside. But there's a mismatch all the time. She's a good 5'9", but you're playing against real good teams that are 6'3", 6'1". That's what these kids were giving up. They did a wonderful job.
Right. Well, Alexis, now the coach took over the interview and you felt way more comfortable than probably with creepy me. Want to say congratulations. It's number 2 of our Showtime Outstanding MVP. All right, finally, I guess we save number 3 here. Coach Caitlin
Bindi.
Vegas.
There's Bindi. Bindi is Bindi. That's all we say. Bindi is Bindi. Unbelievably, she scored 1,000 points. There's not many people who have done that their junior year.
I was just going to say, might have mentioned she's only in year number 3.
Yeah, year number 2. Does her thing. She's sneaky and stuff, streaky. She's had some games that had some people say it myself. I said, I've never seen better quarters, like better quarters.
Right.
She's getting better. If that's possible, she's getting better and stuff like that. She can really, she gets hot. It's all over there. But she's playing well, playing a little better defense, pressing a little bit. I'm on her all the time about that and stuff like that. But Bindi, she's shifty. She's shifty.
She shoots enough.
What?
Right? She shoots enough.
She's a good player. She's a good player, and she's fine, and they're fun to be around. And I got her golfing a little bit. We got some golf clubs for her and stuff like that. And so she's golfing because Caitlin Clark golfs when she's not going. But wonderful kids. They're all wonderful kids. Caitlin, what do you think about getting 1,000 points as a junior?
It was pretty great. I mean, I couldn't do it without my team, especially those 2 over there. They're great.
They kick it out for you, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a pretty good experience. There's a lot of people who I knew, and it was great.
It's quite an accomplishment. Quite an accomplishment. And now, once again, and Alexis is close. Then you'll be getting it next year. We don't try to do this stuff. It just happens. It just happens. I'm kind of fortunate. It shows the age, but I've coached every single girl on the board because I've been here coaching into the schools 33 years ago. I know what that tells you. And I've been retired for about 20 years, but with kids like this, why would you? We got great assistants and great kids. Every time I say, no. Someone said to me, their daughter came to one of our games, said, I hope you're around when she's there. I said, well, great, she enforces. I don't know about that, but I'm never going to say never. Never going to say never.
Never say never with Gav. Well, ladies, thank you so much. Congratulations on the Lady Cougar side. You three are our first Showtime Outstanding MVPs that we've ever done. So, Sophia, Alexis, Kate, congratulations. Now get out. You're done. It's been a long day.
A long day. Go study a little bit. Go study. Go get a hamburger or go get that sauce you're eating. Ben, you don't know what to do. Alexis, go shoot a little bit. Go do what you're going to do. Okay.
Makes you feel
Right.
good.
Yeah.
I'm going to hop on this side.
Good. Perfect.
All right. So there you have it. Three of the, I guess, I don't want to say senior members, but
2 juniors, 1 senior.
they've been in
They've
the
got
game a
good
long
seniors
time
too.
here,
And
and that's
I'm
where it
sure they'll
goes.
be on here too.
Absolutely. We were talking about that just a few minutes ago. All right, Coach. So 5-1, right? I know you're a little hot over Red Bank. We'll talk about that, but
Sure.
I know we're going to go through it here sort of game by game, just to give those who, have just been kind of observing from the outside. Opened with the Lady Cougar tip-off tournament back Thanksgiving weekend. Your first opponent, while missing, opening game of the tip-off tournament for the girls. Where do we go?
District 3.
We talked about control on the text message.
Yeah.
So
What happened there is the coach 3 years in a row was like 28-2, and he couldn't find games, not this year, but the past year. And I have still some contacts and looking for a team to play. And he said, how good you want them? That's just as good as you can get them. Why missing's good. They needed 5 games. They were 28-2 2 years before that. And I said, bring them in. And so we got them in. The coach called me in 15 seconds because he needed games. He knew we were good. They came in. They have a big girl that's being heavily recruited by Temple. She was going to go there, went to Albany, but good 6'3". I made some phone calls and said she's really, really good. She's really good. And the whole team was very good. Matter of fact, Scranton Prep, who went to Hershey that year, Bob was a very good friend of mine. The coach of Scranton Prep said he actually thought we were going to play them. And they got upset, and the team that upset them beat a great prep team in the state final. So that's how good they were, and they had people coming back. And we just did that was 2 years ago, it was bad because as I talked to some people, they said they're real good, but they've never seen what you do. And halftime was 40-4. Then we just scored 4 points in the second half because we stopped it stuff. And you're shaking hands. I didn't know this guy.
Right.
We took the press off, but you wanted to play. And I thought maybe the guys would be upset at me. We're pouring on, which we weren't. We took the press off.
No, it was even flow.
Yeah.
It wasn't,
We took it off.
wasn't turn up the volume.
Yeah. So as we're shaking hands, he said, "Hell was glad we got some humble pie tonight." He said, "But I love this tournament. Would you take me back next year?" So that's this current year. Now he lost his big kid, the 6'3" kid. He lost his point guard. That's not a recipe for us, okay? For a team playing us, and we jumped them. They were young, and they're growing up now. They've lost their 3 or 4 year players and stuff like that. But yeah, I think we had them like 42-0 or something.
It was pretty bad.
It was pretty hard that and that happens sometimes. But he handled it well. He was happy to be there, and we were not running. We weren't doing anything. And they were pressed a little bit, but then they had a nice little run there. Not that I was hoping that they would do stuff.
Right.
But the bottom line is you never want to embarrass anybody.
No.
Yep.
Coach, so we skipped to Saturday night championship game. Nazareth was able to knock off Lake Lehman in the first game of the tournament on Friday, which pushed them to the championship game. Again, somewhat of another controlled, convincing type.
Yeah, they run that 1-through-1. I know the coach very well. He's been in the tournament 3 years, and they've been in the final 3 years. And so they're good. They're an East Penn League team. They're always right up there, and they're big. They're always big 1-3-1. It's real tough to get shots up there. And we played them in the summer, this past summer. And it was a 4-point game in the fourth quarter. Only one of those patented runs.
You mentioned that on our Cougar special, right?
That's in the back of their head. But once again, sometimes if we catch you early, you come into the den here, baby. And we caught him. It was like 24-2, and the game was over.
Yeah,
it was over.
It was an early lead again.
We did fine. I'm pretty happy there. So, like I said, he just said you got a really good team. They're really so.
Yeah.
You like when they tell you.
Another, like I said, convincing win control. I didn't even bother texting me after that one because it was pretty much skip a couple days later, and then Lady Millionaires come to town, right? Formidable opponent.
Yeah, exactly. They have a new coach, third coach in 3 years.
Right.
So, things are happening there. They're kind of athletic. I went to see them play. They're athletic. They're very athletic, but they're young. He's putting in the system there and stuff like that. But a different game. They're physical. They might not be as talented as physical. Did another good job on there, and coming into our gym and stuff. That's pretty difficult for a new coach. He knew it. He said it's going to be rough for us and stuff, but hey, that's what you do. You play the schedule and stuff like that. So we did a really nice job. I was getting some playing time, and we're really flying high. But
yeah, at that point, 3-0. So we skip a couple days later, and Scranton comes to town.
Let me tell you what, and I know PJ very well. We've met him in the Mohegan, the championship, 6A championship. He's probably
I had the honor of meeting him at the Coach First Cancer Media Day.
Yeah, he's a good coach.
Yep.
And he has a real nice team. Unfortunately, the hand that's dealt, he has no bigs. He has
He
point
did mention
guard.
that to us.
Point guard's really good. Offers from St. Bonaventure. They're good. They're tough kids, tough Scranton playground kids. I just love them. And we got a peek at them a little bit. And they played Dallas, who's going to be a real threat to us and anybody in WVC and in 5A this year. They're very good. They have the Player of the Year coming back. They have a 6'3" girl, Odessa. She was very good. Who has 4 or 5 Division I offers. They're good. They're really good. It's a 1-point game.
Right.
It's a 1-point game, and Scranton had a chance to beat them. They're up by a few points, and then to go through the ball, we end up losing by 1. So we're expecting a really tough game, And once again, we're pretty good. That's the game that Caitlin got her 1,000th, and the kids were fired up for. And a lot of times, and I told Caitlin, and it happens to all of them, that every single one of those players up, or most of them, it's a different mindset. You try to not think about it, but you can't help it. It's a milestone that some people don't get. And so I said, Caitlin, don't be like everybody else. Like, they always have a bad game. They're forced in. They just don't play the same. And she was fine coming out of blocks. But the last bucket, I think she missed 5 threes, and she was getting nuts. We took her out. You're going to get this. Don't get crazy. And she made it off the steal and stuff. So it was pretty good. And they gave us a good game, but we played really good and held their best player to like 6 points that she was. And so it was, again, going away. I didn't know if we played that well. But, and, you're winning games so easy, you're getting into some bad habits because things are coming. So we stressed it, but as a coach, maybe didn't stress it enough. I think we were playing really good. We were just better.
Right.
So it happened.
Right.
That's it.
And then we go back to Saturday, the big one, the Electric City Shootout. Red Bank, New Jersey, Red Bank Catholic out of
Well,
Red Bank, New
once
Jersey.
again,
and
we went up there last year.
One of the best
They
teams
showed the best
in
city.
New Jersey.
Yeah, they were one of the best teams last year. The girls go Northwestern. And my assistant Danny knows the guy up there. He said, hey, we want the toughest you can find.
There they are.
And there they are, baby.
Right.
They came and, they didn't play a game yet. So we thought that was to our advantage, but
Right.
they were talented. You look on their website and there's 7 players who are going to their colleges have their shirts on, their hoodies where they're going. And I said, 7, that's a lot.
Yep,
And the accolades for them was just coming from all over the place. They're really good. They're really good. We're really good too. This is what we wanted. We go up there and we play them tough. We had some opportunities. Their stud going to Indiana was the real deal. She's up for the Gatorade Player of the country. She's that good, and she's probably going to get it. And they're warming up. We're warming up. And I'm looking at them, and on paper, I guess they don't look that big. 6'3", 6'1", 5'10", 5'8", 5'9". Doesn't look real big. Well, I don't know what was going on. I looked at our team where I looked at them. I said, there's something wrong going on here. We look like a JV team, and they just look big and long. I don't know why. And believe it or not, that's by the shore, okay, which I didn't know.
Right.
They all look the same. They all have blonde hair pulled back. I said, I can't tell them apart. I couldn't tell them apart, but they're real good. Coach was really good. He saw us because he was saying, boy, I like the girl with the headband. Boy, you guys, I love the way you guys play. So he must have went back because we're on YouTube. There were scouting reports now. Just go on YouTube. They have every game we played the last 4 years. And that's okay. That's okay. Because that's what you have anymore with huddle and tapes and stuff like that. I remember the old days meeting people at the turnpike, exchanging tapes and stuff. Now it's everything can watch anything. So, but she was ready to play. They were ready for us and stuff. And, the excitement of the game because we wanted to be pushed. We want to be pushed. We don't want those games. So we have a real tough schedule besides these games.
We're going to talk about that.
But yeah, so really good. It was a great game. And they kind of caused a little bit. We got wrapped up in the moment, I think, a little bit. It was exciting. And we're doing things that we don't normally do. Like, and in practice, you go, listen, let's keep doing it like this. Even you can't break out because if you're breaking out against teams you're killing, you're getting bad habits. Right. And a couple of them showed up. And so we missed a couple of layups. We didn't run things around. Everybody was trying to trust your teammates. We were right there in the first half. They made a little bit of a run. Bottom line is we're down 16 points, but they didn't quit. We come flying back. It was an 8-point game. And we had some opportunities. Just a couple of wins. Yeah, it was a lot closer. It was a good game. And I felt good the way we came back because that's the same thing. Teams when you're down against real good teams, you get blown out in a heartbeat. Right. I've seen this with boys, girls.
On the wheels come off the court.
Real quick. So to their credit, they kept playing and I'm not into the moral victories and stuff. So I was a little furious. The press wasn't good. Danny, we went to a little boxing once and they said, that girl's killing. She had 22 points. I didn't realize it was that much. But she was so teamy and so good. She's passing off to people they can all shoot. The girl from Rhode Island, the twins, the other one going to Bucknell. They're pretty darn good. Yeah. So, it was a tough game for us. We handled it well. And then we had a snow day. We had a day off. And so we didn't practice going into an undefeated North Pocono team.
And that was last night?
Yep. And let me tell you what. They got a new coach this year. And I know him very well. He was the head boys coach at Scranton Prep and the head girls coach when we played them a lot. He's a dear friend of mine. I said they're going to be better. And last year, we just took them apart. The same team. They're right back. It's a totally different team. He has them really playing. And we're still showing the effects of that. Snow day off.
It hurts.
And we lost the game. They're thinking it's going to be 28-1. Girls, last year, Perkins Iowa State Championship, they lost 3 losses. The teams outside the state. Okay, and the average loss was 38 points. So this is going to help you if you react to it. We played okay. We were up like 15 points in the first or second, but then we couldn't get over the hump, and we were trying to rush things a little bit. And he did a good job, did a much better job, and so it wasn't great. So we had a day off planned and stuff, so we beat them up today a little bit. They really responded well. I was really happy the way they played. And then we got arch rival coming up on Friday. Valley West is good, and Piston on Monday. Now you get back in the league, and these key coaches know you. They'll be trying to do this, and I'm expecting to play very well there.
And again, you were speaking about practice after having a day off
Yep.
and being thrown on.
Yep.
Not hard for us to not notice that they were practicing hard.
Oh, they were chomping at the bit.
Loose, but practicing hard. But
Oh.
that's a Gav practice.
I pushed them hard. I mean,
Yes.
because like I said, we had a snow day. We had a day off. I mean, come on, we gotta get ready here. And so, no, we pushed them pretty hard. They responded.
These next two games are league games for sure.
Yeah, they're a league game. They're important, and with these power ratings and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Valley West is a rivalry, obviously a 6A school. We might see them in the playoffs coming up there. Now, they lost their bigs, so they're not big. Mind you, a lot of Scranton. They have an all-league a guard, a first-team player, and they have a second-team player, and they play with our girls in AAU, so they're pretty good. The one thing that they don't have is they don't have size. And so I'm expecting two cats on the side of us here,
Right.
Benja and Ryan, to have big games.
Right.
Have big
And
games.
we'll get into that shortly. So there you have it, 5-1. Can't ask for much more in a way to start the first half dozen to the season. Like I mentioned, second half, we'll get into the upcomings. We don't want to get out too far. Coach Brogan always, he gets mad at me in a fun kind of way that I'm always looking ahead, and he's worried about.
No. We take that one game approach. You're only as good as your next game. And start looking ahead,
Yep.
especially in high school, you can get beat.
Yep,
Don't think you
absolutely.
can't get beat. You can get beat.
But real quick, I want to thank our sponsors. Coach, give you a little break from talking. But as always, our season sponsor has always been there, one of my bestest of friends, Randy Marchetti, and the fine folks in the casting crew over at RL Marchetti's Plumbing and Heating. Into that time of the year where it was just cold, now it's warm. Boilers act silly. Been talking to Randy over the past month from the beginning of middle of November before we got into basketball season. And he's, Mikey, I'm working every day. I'm working till 6, 7 o'clock at night. People still not giving into the fact of wanting to clean the boiler. So there's just so much going on for them. But can't thank the folks at RL Marchetti Plumbing and Heating, serving the Hazleton area and above and beyond for over 110 years. Again, emergency service or still time to schedule. Just give those fine folks a call at 570-455-7335. Again, a big thanks to RL Marchetti Plumbing and Heating. Again, serving the Hazleton area over for 110 years. A name you may recognize, another good family, good friends of my own. And again, without these four mainstays that I'm talking about, we would not be able to bring this to you. Obviously, with the code, the help of the school district and Coach Gav and Coach Brogan and both their staffs, we couldn't do this. But it helps to give you a little oversight of what's been going on and where they're headed, and get out here and support. Sacco Chiropractic, located at 1730 East Broad Street here in Hazleton. Stop living in pain and start living in health is one of their big mottos. Best chiropractic care anywhere in the Hazleton and surrounding areas for doctors with every credential understandable in the chiropractic profession. You can talk to someone, myself, who is a patient, been a patient. Four great doctors, Dr. Scott Sacco, Dr. TJ Stepanski, Dr. Brandon Augustine, and Dr. Michael Palermo. I being myself one of Dr. Palermo and both Dr. Stepanski. The problems that I've had with my lower back and my lower right hip, I can't tell you, I am not living in pain. I'm living in health when it comes to that, and I can attest to that motto. You can check out their ad, which has a scan code on your screen to make an appointment online, or just give them a call at 570-497-4150. Hours Monday through Thursday, 8 to 6, Fridays, 8 to 5. Again, give them a call. Make that appointment. Don't suffer in pain. It's not worth it, folks. Sacco Chiropractic, good friend, 1730 East Broad Street here in Hazleton. 570-497-4150. Quickly want to thank, we're going to get to here in a few minutes if he's here, If Alyssa could be a sweetheart and check on that for me, I think Paul was here. He thinks my phone is available when I'm on the air. Make sure you have your phone with you. He's going to be a part, and hopefully our special guest here shortly. The Feros Funeral Services Incorporated crossover since 1892, serving the Hazleton area. Feros Funeral Services Incorporated, 26 West 2nd Street here in Hazleton, 570-454-1561. When the family is in need, and it is that time, they are the fine folks to call. Jeff Farrow, director, good friend Andy Piskel, supervisor. Again, Feros Funeral Services Incorporated, 570-454-1561. And also can't forget the fine business that sponsored our first group of Showtime Outstanding MVPs with the girls, Barbush Automotive Incorporated, Barbush Automotive and BLB Auto Sales. Can't thank them enough for sponsoring our Showtime Outstanding MVPs. You got a break from talking there.
Okay.
I never have water though. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. All right, Paulie's supposed to be here. No, I always joke with Coach Sack.
Okay.
We do it too. But I guess we'll get to what's coming up for you guys, right? Quickly, before I do that, I want to remind you we do have sponsorships still available, folks. As I mentioned with Coach Gav and Coach Brogan the other night, the season is still young. Lots of shows coming up. We at least have a dozen shows left. Obviously, we can't bring it to you every week. It's just so hard with the schedule. These fine groups follow. I'll get to my props of this group and the person that's helped put it all together between the both. But and the schedules they run, that's why we have a bit of a break. It's usually anywhere from a week or two-week break in between. And we'll talk about the next time we're all going to get together. But sponsorships are still available, very affordable. Please give us a call, 570-778-5942, or PM us on Facebook, the local sports bud. Again, sponsorships available throughout here. It's a long season. It's a long way to go. It feels like we just started, but we're a quarter of our way in. It's crazy.
It happens real quick.
And football ended and bang, here we are. So let's get into our what's upcoming for you guys. Game tomorrow night, right? First,
talked about that.
Valley West coming in, second league game, right?
They're Gary's been around, the coach has been around, he's a veteran, he understands what he's up against. At our meeting today, we talked about the teams and said, it's gonna be a tough year. It's gonna be a tough year, but we'll try to compete. It's a 6A school. We have an open tournament, so there's a good chance you can probably keep seeing them again. You play them home and away.
Right.
That's gonna be a tough task for them coming in here and playing us after, we had the big game and then we played well. I mean, when you win by 28 points or something, you should be happy, but we didn't play well. And I think he could run into a buzzsaw here. I think we had a great practice day with another one. And I'm feeling pretty good about the team and they're feeling pretty good. And so I think, people come out and you'll see a good brand of basketball and it's exciting as heck.
And then Monday, another late game, right?
Jeff Gregory does a good
Pittston
job.
area?
Yeah. They lost their stud, Rinaldi, who's at Millersville, and she was the player of the week. I think she's a league scorer. And when she was a freshman, she had two people that were outstanding, and they won the championship. And they went to the second round. And Jeff Gregory is voted as 5A coach of the year in the state of Pennsylvania, so he can coach. That guy can coach. And so, and then the next year they were good. Then last year, you had Rinaldi, but you was a piece of the puzzle. A little bit tougher. Everybody's throwing a box of ones on her and stuff. And but she was still that good. She was still that good. I mean, they made people sweat. We did a pretty good number because we're just a little bit better team.
The nice thing in the start, though, you get them at home coach.
Yeah. But now he has a totally different team. There's no one we're concentrating on. And they don't like to look ahead, but you're always 3 or 4, and you're looking at the things, you're looking at the scores, you're looking at tapes, you're looking at who they played and stuff like that. And listening to what the coaches say at the media day. He said, it's going to be a different team. He said, this is going to be real tough because he starts off the league with Dallas, Crestwood, and Hazleton, the 3 top teams. He said, I don't want to get them crushed early. But his schedule was conducive for him. And I think he was like 3-1 going into the league. So he'll do a good job. He's a very good coach, and he'll have something up his sleeve. So we've been ready for that. He said he's not going to run as much. He'll be able to control. And that makes it a little tougher. You better catch them early because they're close to the game. The more they stay in there, and I can go back and coaching forever. We're playing a Princeton team that we're much, much better than. Okay, in the first quarter, up by 21 points. That looks pretty good, especially against us.
Right.
I take the press off. I know the coach. I know this. I'm trying to be nice. The bottom line. What's up, boy? The bottom line. What happens is they get hot and we get cold, and it's a tough game. And they're banking them in now and stuff. We had to lose in the game. I learned a valuable lesson actually, and I bring up name here, Neely Cassat, who coached me at Mother of Grace in 7th grade.
That is an oldie.
That's an oldie. He
Yes.
played for UA McGee and actually started in the state championship with Red Mango Twist is the thing. And he came to see me coach, and I showed him the facilities. Well, he really liked everything. He said, "This is unbelievable." But where we were, the old bandbox, and then we went to the Mother of Grace gym that they built. But he said to me, and it was after that game, he said, "Gav, I'm going to tell you something. Momentum, you used to tell, momentum is not like a spigot. In sports, you can't turn it on, you can't turn it off. So you better make darn sure you have it down." And I got beat that game, and I said, that's not going to happen again. And you get into the situation, and as much as you say you do it, last year it happened. Scranton, PJ is a good friend of mine. I'm not a friend of all these coaches.
Right.
We're beating them 19-2 in the first quarter. And I'm going, Danny, geez, let's do this. Let's take off the press. Let's get people in there. Let's get people going. So you know, in the fourth quarter, it's a 3-point game. So, yeah, but if you then attack and it gets to 29 and you're playing your game and you want your kids to play, because you have to understand there's a JV game. So a lot of our people are playing JV. So the seniors and our so-called at that time, the top players, they're not playing that much, and people want them to take it out because you're beating the team. As I told them, those first couple of games are tough games to coach. I don't like it because you don't want to put it in, yet you want people to play. You can't tell them to do this. You can't tell them to stop playing. You want to make a mockery of the game. And most people are very good about it because they tell me before it, I said, listen, we're good. We know you're good. And you do whatever you have to do. And so we'll play it legit, okay? Once it's over, like 20-some points in the first quarter because we want the mercy rule.
Right.
We'll take the press off, but we still got to play.
Right.
And then we'll sub in the second quarter because that hurts a lot of teams if you're beating them and your players who at that point consider your top players are not getting enough time and they're not getting tired. It's a double-edged sword. So I tell them before the game, I tell them, listen, you understand, and they all understand. They're all good because they know I would never pour anything on. It's not. These are high school kids. You don't want to make it, but you got to get your team ready.
Right.
Expensive.
Then we get, of course, into the Christmas holiday.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
But
we went out. Listen,
we got revved up and
I
head to
hated
the shore.
Yeah, but I hated leaving Punxsutawney. Chuck Daly started coaching there. His picture of the dream team there. They adopted us. The mayor would get us in the office. He'd show us things. He'd put the kids in jail. They have 34 statues of Punxsutawney. My assistant coach, the first year we went there, they went and found every ceramic statue. They adopted us. There's a bowling alley there. The guy loved me. Actually, this shows your age. He said, Hazelton, he said, remember the big scoreboard we had, the overhead? He put it in here 32 years ago. How about that? So like, you have a kid, so he loved me. They said, he doesn't like anybody. He would shut down his bowling alley for my basketball team to come in there, turn the lights on and stuff. We took over the whole thing and like give him 50 cents to play or something. It was unbelievable. We just had a ball. We went to Cobbler's Knob or whatever it is, whatever the heck that is, to see where Punxsutawney Pete comes on. We have pictures. They adopted us. There was 5 or 6 old guys who come to every game. They loved it. I mean, we had a good time, and they were very good teams. And people said, why'd you go to Punxsutawney? Like, what made you just wake up and go to Punxsutawney? I said, when we were good, we're always good. I hate to say that. What happened, people were dropping us. They were playing. So I went online, and they needed a team. So I called up the AD, became good friends with me. I said, need a team? Yeah, we need a team. I said, okay, who's coming? William Tennant was coming. They were very good. We were coming. Their team was pretty good. It's a good tournament. Like William Tennant, is in Philadelphia, District 1.
Right.
And they're right next to Cheltenham. So I called my buddy at Cheltenham, Bobby Schaefer, who's in our tip box. Said they're good. 3-6-4 hell of a game. And it was good for a while. And a lot of times you go up there, you don't know these teams. They come from the West. We're playing this team. My God, they're kicking our butt. You're like, what the heck? Well, that girl's going to Clary and that girl's going to IUP. I mean, it was good. We didn't win it all the time. We were real good, but we did not win it all the time. And we had a lot of fun. And we were staying at a hotel in town that was really not all. It just got involved now, but we were staying there, and that's where they filmed Groundhog Day with Bill Murray. I said, that's it. I want Bill Murray. I want that room. His name's on it. Bill Murray. I want Joe Gavey up there. I said, Lacey, you don't want to go in there? I said, yes, I do. I want to stay there. It was just like our room. It was just a fake out. Okay. And it's a beautiful community. Now there's nothing to do there. When I say there's nothing to do there, there's not a movie theater. There's nothing. So we walk around, we bowl. I don't know. We had the bands and stuff were there. And so I don't know. It's a very rural area. And they bring Punxsutawney. We're looking at them, but they'll bite your hand. I'm driving around. I don't know what to do. There's not many stores there. So I'm pulling it over here. It was a gun shop. 3 school district vets in a gun shop. Just because it was a big thing. It was a big hunting area and stuff. Yeah, there was nothing there.
Western Pennsylvania.
There was nothing there. There was nothing there but really good people. And the other thing, nice school. And they were always good. They always went to the first or second round of state, got beat by someone in the WPAL and stuff, and they were good. And her, Alyssa's year was really good. We went out there, and we were pretty good. And they had 3 6-1 girls. One was all state. She was really good, and they're kicking our butt. Like we're down like 12 points in the first half, and I'm like, this doesn't look good. We were lucky we hung in there, but we got one of those patented runs. Those patented runs where we took the lead by 1 or 2. This is unlike me. We're pulling them out. We pulled them out in the third quarter. We pulled them out, and the 3 6-footers couldn't play our guards. So we're just holding the ball. He had to take 2 of them out, and we ended up winning a very close game. But I missed not going there. But we're now going to take the next step.
Finally getting to where I was originally starting to talk about.
After 15 minutes.
And we're going way across the state and way out of the
So
state.
what happened was we started looking around, and Danny's my man for that stuff. He knows everybody because he's been taking these kids and stuff. He said, listen, and Scranton Truck went there, Downtown went there. I'm a good friend of him. Some people are there. So he looks into it, calls the guy up. They got us there. He said, okay, now what level are you? He said, well, the best you can get. So we're playing this Paducah team who's out of Delaware. That's a perennial.
Now, not to interrupt, but I have to explain where we're going with the next set on the schedule. The
Okay.
28th and 29th,
Yes.
we will be in Wildwood, New Jersey at the Boardwalk Classic.
Yes.
First date, 28th,
Love it.
1.
And so we're playing 4 o'clock. We're saying it's Paducah. I don't know
Padua.
about the Padula, whatever. A good program from Delaware. Always there. Always there. We don't know too much about it yet. We're not looking that far yet. So we'll be playing them at 4 o'clock. And then we're playing a team, Germantown, who's in that private league. That private league that's not in the BIAA.
Right.
They're always good to play a national schedule. So we're going to find out real quick.
Germantown
But,
yeah.
it's funny. Someone said, or Danny said, he talked to a guy, said, bring your bathing suit. I said, oh, the hotel. He said, oh, no, the kids want to run in the ocean. Well, this boy is not running in the ocean in December. And I don't belong to the Polar Bear Club.
ocean.
I don't belong to
Polar
them.
Bear
My
Club.
assistants are going to run in the water with them. They said last year downtown, they ran like polar bears. They have that Polar Bears Club. I'm not doing that.
I will tell you, Coach, it is supposed to be in the higher 40s. We're gonna
It's still
more
40.
mild weather, but
It's still 40. Yeah, we're going to try to get Wally Bo there. If he goes in, I'll go in.
We're going.
I know you're
we
going.
will
You're not
be
going to
there.
the water, but
No,
you're
I'm
bring your
going to the
bathing
water.
suit.
he hates the
I
beach.
don't want to see McAllister.
That's awesome. You're going to go. Hopefully, you keep tabs on the game and stuff because people like to follow us and they're asking how, on TV, radio, whatever.
We're going to talk a little bit about that when Paulie comes in.
Good.
But, okay, Coach, the big challenge, the Boardwalk Classic, two
Looking forward to that.
big time schools,
Yep.
private school out of Philly and the team out of Delaware.
Yep.
We still can't get their name right, but maybe by the time we play them,
Yeah,
we will.
we'll find out
But,
a lot more maybe in 2 weeks or something.
And
We'll
then,
find out.
we'll get it. We have
We'll get it.
2
We'll
weeks.
be fine.
But then you bring it back to league play for the new year.
Right after the New Year, we come out of the block and play the game Crestwood and Dallas right off the bat. And then we're going to play Coatesville and Saturday, a 3-day week. And then we got another 3-day week, and we're going to Emmaus, who last year was undefeated. We really did a number on them. They won 22 games.
Just for the record, I wasn't even going that.
And then lost 2 games in a row, and their season was over. That's why you got to have a level head here.
Absolutely.
You got to, you know, we don't like to look ahead. We really don't. But you look at the schedule. You're asking me, you're putting me on the spot, asking me where we're going. I'm telling you where we're going, but we don't bring it up to the kids too much.
No. All right, we're gonna bring him in here. He's getting like me now. He's getting late. Come on.
First of all,
Paul Ball.
80 was or 81.
He had to
I'm
bring
gonna
his
sit next to Gav. I don't want to
Yes.
sit next to him.
coming down the camera in front of me. You'll block it. Paul Bow joins us from the Hazelton area YouTube. He's the man, the play-by-play guy.
That's a wonderful
Uh,
job.
Always a regular on our show for football season. We bring him in for basketball.
Got my Cougars.
I see that.
I like it.
see
I
that.
like it.
We're-
I like
You
it.
know where I got that.
I think I know where you got that. Last year you're handing out shirts, the big guy, yep. And we only have 2 sizes, medium and double.
Well, these are double. These are double. Yeah, we don't fit mediums at all.
I know.
But great to have you. Thanks for coming on.
Well, I'm sorry I'm a little bit late, but 81 was
It always-
it's brutal. There's construction. I went down the turnpike. Came down, I take my kid home, it was a disaster. I think you probably got my messages on there too, on his phone. Is it your phone there?
No, mine's over
Okay,
there. That's what I was just telling Gabby.
It's off.
He says, keep your phone with you. I'm on the area. I'm going to be checking my phone. That's why I told Melissa, I'm like, please see. if
Check
he's there.
outside.
I didn't know if it's hard to get in school. And,
Well, we had to wait. We had to wait, but the security guard did buzz us in. I wish some other lady was outside too, so.
but Paul, you've been pretty much on the home road. We haven't done any away games yet, but
That will change.
that will. It's coming.
You
It's
want to break the
coming.
news?
We can break the news, but let's talk about you first and what's going on. And
There's nothing really going on with me. We're ready to, I missed the game last week, the boys
we
game.
both did.
We did watch the score already.
Yes, we did.
The Red Bank Catholic game. So I think you guys did pretty well against them,
They did well.
you know, for a team that plays a national schedule.
Yes,
And,
they're very good.
you know, that girl that's going to Indiana and not Indiana, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
So,
The
yeah, Bloomington, the Indiana. So
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, Gavin, was she as good as advertised?
Better.
Better.
And she, what I really liked about her, she was very teamy, because we went box of 1, because unbeknownst to me, she had 22 points in the first. That didn't look like that, because she was distributing, they were good. And so we went box of 1. I did a better job, but they still made plays. You know, they still made plays, but she had, they loved into her. She tapped to a girl for a layup. She played the whole game. She's very talented. And, you know, we thought she'd be similar to the girl from Wake Forest last year, Perky Valley. And she was, but I think she's better. She was good. She was
And she
excellent.
was good.
She was excellent. She could shoot. And the other players aren't bad. And they're not going to small schools. You have to understand.
No, you
But now,
pretty much went through the whole-
Harvard,
Yeah.
Rhode Island, like these kids are going like big time schools. They're pretty good. And we had one girl, the lowest of the schools, according to classification, was going to Stroudsburg. That's pretty good. Peaceneck is a
Not
tough
bad.
conference.
Yeah.
And that was one of the kids who, you know, not as good as the other. Well, pretty good. Very good. Excellent team.
I think though,
Well
like to play a team like that, I mean, hats off to you guys for scheduling that. It's only going to pay dividends. You know what I mean? Nobody wins championships in December, but it benefits you in February and March when.
Every game makes you better, but when you've got a team like that,
We told you.
and you and I talked about this.
Schedule stuff last year. We thought it was good, and it was, but we were real good. And then you look at the Perk Valley, who for 3 years in a row, and they've had this group, they couldn't get out of the quarterfinal.
It could be O'Hara.
It couldn't beat O'Hara. They lost to them a couple of times. It was a mental thing. They couldn't get out of the thing, so they wanted to play someone. They actually went to Tampa and played 3 teams in Tampa. And the average
told
loss
me that, yeah.
was 38 points they lost. They lost to a team. My scout from Florida, Robbie Laws, went to see the game. He said that this team from Wisconsin had 2 twin guards going to Michigan State. They couldn't get the ball over half court. He said, lost by 38. I said, they can't be that good. You see these other teams, they're pretty good. Everything is relative. Now, can they compete? They're obviously very good too, but it helped them in the long run for those tougher games. We're hoping it'll help us too.
Sure, and I was looking at Red Band Catholic. I did a little bit of scouting with them. I was watching some of their games from even last year, because they really lost one girl from that team. They played your favorite team, St. Joseph's by the Sea.
Yes.
I love when he says
They
this.
split them.
They beat them by 40.
Yes.
They beat them 71-30. You know, and they were a good team.
real good
Yeah,
team.
so-
We beat them in a slugfest, 89-85 in overtime.
In overtime.
Like, that's a lot of points to score for us. Our game. It was good. That was good. But that's what we're doing. And like I said, we thought it was, last year was good. So we went up more.
What else more?
And we got Coatesville, we got Perennial, coached by Tina Nicholson, Emmaus. They were 5-0. We played them. We had a great game. They won 22 games in a row, lost the last 2. They went off the deep end, and that can happen. That's what
You
happens.
guys hammered them last year.
That's coming after everything we talked about.
Yep,
too.
yep. So hopefully we're getting a little bit
Long road
better.
to go.
We're seeing what they have to do.
Yeah, I'm looking
We
forward
big
to seeing
aspiration.
Emmaus comes here this year.
Right.
Oatsville, you're down there.
Yep.
Um,
The Crestwood's very good, undefeated. They're still gonna, they're really good.
they beat
Dallas,
Delsock by
yep,
20-some
yep,
points.
yes. And we also scrimmaged them. They have a girl going to Bucknell, and he
Yep.
does a real nice job. And they
Yeah,
lost 2
good guy.
people, but still, they're pretty good team, good program.
Yeah.
Just gonna be good games. We have a lot of good games coming up.
So Paul Bowe is with us on the Farrell Funeral Services Incorporated crossover.
Oh, geez, I'm sponsored by Farrell's Funeral. Put the flowers on me now.
Gav and Kelly K were just talking about death before we started, and the girls were. I think they were mightily freaked out by it. It was weird,
The
but
dead-eye shooter of the game?
it's coming. It's coming. I guess I'll let you make the big announcement.
Well, we
Let's go.
finalized the schedule today. And we're still recruiting more sponsors, but we got enough to get things going. We got a 12-game schedule. We got 5 Hazelton girls games, 5 Hazelton boy games, and 2 Monoy area games. 1
Awesome.
boys, 1 girls. So we will see you in Crestwood. We'll see you in Wildwood for 2.
and we're going to the C2.
Where else we go?
We're not
Wilkes-Barre
going in a while.
and Pittston.
Good.
They're the 5 games. Dallas, I didn't call yet, but would probably end up doing
There's always a
that.
possibility.
Yeah.
That'd be good. Yep.
But that's what we look to try to do during football season. We talked about it. Basketball deserves it as well, and our
Yeah.
fine folks up here deserve that can't follow or aren't able at that time to follow to be able to
Absolutely.
catch it in some way to keep a dial in on
Yeah,
things.
and the local businesses are very supportive
Yes.
and they love what we do.
Yeah.
At the radio, I mean, we have, obviously Randy Marchetti again on board. Danny Noki's on board for the halftime sponsorship.
Bar Bushes is
Bar
on.
Bushes, we have
Pharaohs is in.
Pharaohs for our Deadeye shooter.
Our Deadeye shooter of the game.
No, Jeff, good, baby. Coached against him. I coached against everybody.
We got Neil D'Amato, the
Good.
real estate, we
Good.
got him in there, Bob Wright Insurance,
Good.
Slatington Farmers Market.
Great.
We
Awesome.
got a lot. We got a lot going. So we need more.
We need more.
We need more. now. We got to.
Everyone wants to hear about us. Once these Cougars and the boys, Cougars playing well.
That's all right. Yep.
But we went even balance on the schedule, and like I said, we may pick up 1 or 2 more.
Perfect.
We got the
as we
Geigle complex for the boys. We're going to cover that
Yeah.
game against William Penn.
Good.
I'm excited for Wildwood, so that's in a couple.
Just
of
keep that speedo on.
Come on.
Don't know the.
You guys go, I'll go. Let's go. Come on.
I'll
Get
bring the
Rich.
trunks.
Rich might go in.
We may have video.
Bring
Can we get
trucks
Rich?
just in case.
Rich will go in.
Well, I know Rich will go in, but Paul Bowe joins us, Hazelton Area School District YouTube. Also, we're partners on SportsWire. Get to work with the fine gentleman to the right of me, and this guy taught me, and I was the voice of the Mounts when he was the coach. This is what we are all about with these programs. It goes pretty deep, and that's why we do what we do. So we can't thank you enough for joining us. But
We had a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. We had a
It
good
is
time
fun.
in football, and it's just getting everybody involved. And I always say a team is usually a direct reflection of their coach, and your girls are your Gab. I mean, they have the gift of Gab. They never.
that's not
They got a little
saying this
nervous
group,
here
every
today.
group that's
They got
come along.
nervous. I've never seen them this nervous because he didn't prompt them. So they just said, "Let's talk about something." They know what to talk about. So they were
And
good.
he gave most of the interview for him anyway, which wasn't
That's it.
surprising.
Well, I told you when Alexis Reinbold was a freshman,
Yeah.
and we would have her on, she wouldn't say 2
Sure,
words. We had her on the other day. She wouldn't stop talking.
I
She
know.
was great. I
She's
said,
good.
"Tell
She's
Terry."
good.
Doing way better. Caitlin, you can't stop.
Okay.
So Sophie was a little.
She was a little nervous.
We'll get
It's
her
her
on.
first
again.
one.
We'll break her.
Who's that?
We'll break her. Sophie was on.
Sophia Ben.
Oh yeah,
Sophie
she's
Van-
quiet though.
Yeah.
She is quiet.
And she won't be for
The
long.
one who surprised me the most, surprised me the most when we interviewed was Mariah Morone. So she went off.
Yes.
She had the microphone. She was going off. She was
The
talking
gift
about.
of gab.
Oh, I loved it. I said to her, I said, "You're driving to the basket. You're sure you're finishing." I said, "You're not even giving Gab a heart attack when he would yank you out of the game." She said, "Oh, that's coming."
She's good. She's great. She's bubbly and she's our vocal leader.
Yeah, she was great. All the girls are. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
they're
been such a
phenomenal.
good time with
They're-
them.
they're good.
So Paul, Coach and I discussed another big league game tomorrow night, right? Live on YouTube. Or Friday night, I'm sorry.
Friday night, we got
I
Wyoming
could be-
Valley West,
or
right?
Valley West, right.
Who made their schedule? They got like 5 games this week. They're gonna have half their season over with.
A lot of times it's tough. And once again, and people say, oh, just upgrade the schedule. Well, I've been coaching a long time where sometimes you go too much, and not because of win or losses, but then you can't get people back because they get locked into 2-year contracts.
Right.
2 or 3 of our teams this year, I think Valley West being one, Burke being one, they're in Division One. They can't find games, and so they're playing Wilkes-Barre 3 times. I like them, but I don't play them 3 times. I just
Wow.
don't like. But if you don't have a game, it's better playing that than practicing. But it happens a lot, so I keep our regulars. I try to keep good programs. We get teams in our tip-off. Try to keep those regular ones as long as they're good. And then when you're good, you really branch out. Try to get 3 or 4 top, because that's what happens. If not, you're going to say, okay, let's go crazy. Next year you won't get a game.
I know Freddie was telling us that
Yeah,
about
it's hard.
football. Like he was trying to get Pottsville back on the
Yes,
schedule
yeah.
for the
That was
longest
a-
time.
That was a tradition.
Yeah.
Let me just.
Well, I did see the schedule last year. Pottsville has their posted. They're playing Hazelton next year in football. It's going to be, I think, towards the end of the year. Now Hazelton's schedule's not done yet because
Right.
we thought
Yeah,
it's always later. But Pottsville has Hazelton on the schedule for next year. Hopefully it sticks and stays.
It's nice to bring those
Yeah,
traditional
absolutely.
rivalries back.
I know a lot of people down there, and the scorekeeper I went to school with, and the AD was a former student teacher. He just packed in, he goes there, he's helping out. They come up here, go to eat. They take me someplace. Take me someplace to eat. Let's go to Bell House. I took Bob's store to Bell House. My God, he loved it. He said, this little place, he loved it. And the other guy, I want to go top shelf. Let's go down the Oval Lawn down there. Everyone goes go here. Want to go here? He said, you always take me to good places. The one coach from Pecanic, they went out of business. I took him for the $2 cheesesteaks over at Bowl Arena. He said, this is pretty good. $2.
The
You must
Tig
be
Pan
your
Lounge
life. I
was
said,
the
I
best.
did.
They used to have chicken cheese steaks
Chicken
and then-
cheese
Yeah, you remember too me?
Beefy Tuesdays, chicken cheese steak Thursdays, wing night Mondays. I miss that
Wings were
place.
good, too. That was another good place.
Yeah, there's a lot of little places. You know, I tell stories. It's funny. And once again, a lot of stories. When Robbie Wallace got me coaching girls, okay, I met all these coaches: Bob Snore, Mark Herb, Schuylkill. I mean, just a lot. Bucky Queasy, who was in charge of Beaver State. He was Joe Patro's manager. I mean, I got to know these guys. So we would have a male bonding and go to a Penn State game, and it's hysterical. So the first game, I'm the new guy, you know, because Bob was coaching and stuff. Oh, we're going to camp. We're going to male bonding weekend. Bob, so okay, everything's good. So I felt bad. So I said, I'll get the food the first year. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
not getting chip in. We get the food. We're tailgating there. Robbie said, what do you get? I said, well, first I'm gonna get third base hoagies.
Snaps
I got Snaps Pizza. I got Southern Fried Chicken field cutlets from Lobitz's in the morning. We got that. Guess what?
You were
For the next 30 years, I got all the
Got all the
food. They
food.
said, don't you have food in Philadelphia? Don't you have food in Orangeburg? Like, what's the problem here? And so it was good, and it was really good. I lived for 30 years. I said, you're talking about bringing your bathing suit. Bucky is a great story. For people who listen, Robbie. But we go to Bucky's. It's a night Penn State game. Okay,
Okay.
it's snowy. It's ugly. Go to my friend Bucky Queasy. He's okay. In Belfont. Okay, he said, bring your bathing suit. So what are you talking about? He said, bring your bathing suit. We taking this out someplace? Okay, bring the bathing suit. Penn State game is over. It's a night game. It's a 7, 8 o'clock game. By the time we get home, it's 12 o'clock. We went back here. It's snow. It's beautiful. He got a 6-passenger hot tub.
Oh,
I said, wait, we're not going outside. It's freezing. It's snowing. It's 30 degrees. No, you come out here. It was awesome. They're sitting there with my Coke, and we're sitting there. It's beautiful. It's snowing. I wasn't cold. Now, there's a timer on that sucker. You're not supposed to stay in. Kept hitting the timer. All of a sudden, they're going, I'm not feeling good. They have lines across their bodies because it's taking out their capillary blood. So, Bucky, let's get in. We get out. We get our towel. We're locked out of his house. His wife went to stay at her friend's house because we took over the house. We couldn't get out of the place. It was, oh my God, it was so hysterical. It was funny. We couldn't stay in it. We couldn't keep it hot. We were in there for 3 hours. At 2 o'clock in the morning, they're going, I'm not feeling good. I said, someone's going to have a heart attack here. We had a ball.
that's awesome.
So Paulie, the game Friday, district YouTube again, right?
Yep, we'll be
As
on, yep.
always,
Use the usual time pregame, about 15 minutes before it's
7:15, right? 7:15,
Yeah, right around there. You'll be on the sidelines.
That's what I heard.
He's gonna be on the
Yeah,
sideline.
on the sideline. Again,
No more DeVito running down. We got him running down again.
And now virgin to the crew, I guess.
So my question, here's one question I want to ask you, Gav. I mean, like, you guys play Wyoming Valley West. They seem to be rebuilding. They're
Yes,
out
they are
there.
rebuilding. There's no question about it.
How hard is it for you with the girls to get, I mean, because you're not gonna play them very much if they get a big league. You always take them out, you never run the score up.
I get it. I get it.
So for these girls, for the girls to stay, you know,
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you.
it's tough.
We lost them real hard because we had that tough loss. And the next game, North Poker, I didn't think we played very well. I don't know if they're showing effects, and he does a good job. We still won by a lot, but we didn't
Yeah.
look sharp. So I really want to look sharp. Well, we really went over the press is good because we're breaking down. When you play teams that you're beating pretty good, you get the bad habits.
Sure,
And
sure.
they exposed us with that Red Bank Catholic. The next game, we're still carrying over. So we did a number today, and I think they're gonna be in trouble because we're pretty good. We're pretty good. We got it straightened out, and sometimes you gotta go get back to basics. What you do, go over the rules, make sure you did. And I think we had really good practice. We'll have another one tomorrow, and they're gonna be in trouble. And he's a friend of mine, but I just feel a real good game at home.
And North Pocono, getting back to that game on Monday, they were undefeated.
I know
They
they
were
were.
undefeated.
He's
and
a
you
friend of
guys-
mine. He's a
you
very
guys-
good coach.
I
He
mean,
was the Scranton Prep Boys coach. He made the playoffs every year with Kenny Bianchi and Abington Heights when they were great. They won state championships and always went far. And he was the girls' coach for 3 years. He's a dear friend of mine. He's coming back, and he changed. I'm telling you, he changed the culture in there in a half a year. And they're going to.
And you guys beat them solidly. I mean, I was watching the score. We were at,
I agree.
at wrestling there.
Yep.
There was no doubt. I mean, up big, and Caitlin had a big game. I saw
Yeah,
28
exactly.
points or 27 points.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like you're getting a lot more production from your bench
Yeah.
than
Oh,
usual.
We
I mean,
need to. We
I know
need
you
to.
got smaller. You always say you got smaller, but I think you got quicker, a
Yeah.
lot quicker.
Yeah, I
You
think we
know.
did too. We lost Sophia, the big girl, and Williams would come in. These are 5'10" kids, made us bigger.
Right,
But,
right.
you know, we have advantages the other way, okay?
Yeah.
And so we're playing.
I think Miranda's playing very well for you.
Oh,
too.
my God.
You know,
Listen,
off the
Caleb
bench.
Goey did a hell of a job on that girl from Indiana.
Caitlin's great. I think she's your best defensive
Yeah,
player.
yeah, she's,
She seems
playing
always
really
strong,
good.
and
Yeah.
short end of the straw, getting the best player on a team. But
That-
that's a credit
she's
to her.
5'9", and she's
Yeah.
a tremendous athlete.
Yeah.
And so, you know, this girl's 6'1", so it's still 5'9".
Well, I saw the picture. She's big. She's a big girl.
Yeah, she's an athlete going to Millersville for softball, a scholarship and stuff like that. She's a good kid, good kid. We have a lot of good ones here. We
Yeah.
really do. And there's some kids on the bench, you know, I go to that media day and they're not lying. They're not lying. They say, you know, your second and third team would compete here. You got Jamela, who's as good as anybody. And
Tough.
she's behind Benyo and Reimold. And so we got to get more reps in there because we're going to get more from those type of Silva. They told me now she plays up the line with AAU. My coach was saying she's the best shooter in District 2. She's the best shooter in District 2.
I say that every time
Yeah.
she shoots because she doesn't miss.
Yeah, my point exactly. We got we got a lot of players there. The coach's daughter, like he doesn't like to talk about it because he's guess what? One of our best pressers. She comes in.
She's tough.
And we got a kid who is under the radar there. Hannah Matches. Her brother played football. She's a tough kid.
I had
She's
Hannah,
on good shit.
I had Hannah and Caitlin in Little League.
Yeah, she
It was on my 8 and 9-year-old team. They were only 7.
She's
They used to come up
We
and
got
play.
Anna Schaefer,
Another
who
good
changes games around. Boy, to chat, I can forget about her.
No,
Everybody's
yeah.
talking. Wait, got Meadow Pavlik, who's a phenomenal field hockey player, a 3 or 4 year starter, who's playing well. Who, when we go up the line, John from he's their coach at AU said, he said, you have too many players here. You got too many players. So we let them play JVs and play them, and then they're coming with us, the underclassmen and stuff. But the problem is we got to get the seniors and those top 5 some minutes because the other ones are playing JVs. And then if you're beating someone, they go in. And then you get a running clock. They don't play more than a quarter or a half, and that's a double-edged sword there. So
Right, sure. When you play against teams where you have to play the whole
yeah,
game.
well,
You
this is
don't
why the
have-
last 2 games were good. But we subbed a lot more in the North Pocono game. But Benny, the game was called differently. The game at Red Bank was physical. I mean, we're getting bucked. We get killed in here. Yeah, exactly. I didn't think it was a fit, but that's okay. I like the physical game because we pressed. We go up North Poco. I didn't know the refs, but they're obviously up in Lackawanna. One I knew a little bit. It was a toucher. Daniel and Rimo had 3 fouls. in the second quarter.
I saw Benya was out of the game.
Three fouls in the second quarter. Do you know, in that game, in the first quarter, I looked at Danny and Alyssa, and there was 3:55 to go. They're shooting foul shots. I said, there's no defense for a foul shot. They could just take it. So you gotta learn how to play that. You gotta adapt with that.
The Wyoming Valley Conference reps seem to be more let them play. You know, and they kind of let
up the line. They're a little bit more.
Right up there, it's a little bit more touchy. Even though when I do the Penn State games down in Schuylkill, like they have a couple different sets of refs. It's mostly the same ones that are there.
Sure.
When there's two guys that come, and I'm like, we're gonna be here friggin' forever.
Yeah,
Because like they called the second half, the one game they called 30-some fouls. And I looked at him, I'm like, can you put your whistle away? He goes, you think I don't want to go home? I go, no, there's a difference. I'm gonna leave. Like it was a 30-point game, and then blowing the whistle. Touchdowns.
Yep.
It's
You gotta learn to adapt. Like I tell you can tell in the beginning when you're getting called for a couple of touches that I have a technical, so you gotta adapt to that. You gotta learn how to play with 2 fouls and 3 fouls. We like the press, but you can't be reaching in. You got them trapped and they're going this, and you're dropping your arm. What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Well, there you have it, gentlemen. We could go on probably for about another 2.
Love you guys.
Or
You guys are doing a good job.
Bellhawks
Keep it up.
You know, but that'll be for another time in another space. Want to thank Paul Bowe for finally making it over today. He's took my place, and I usually show up late.
I was on a different time zone like you were every day.
Yeah, well, he gets
You're
to
an
me
hour
all the
behind.
time, but
I go get my kid. I told you I was gonna be late. I told you.
but always a pleasure to have him. You can catch him on the next school district YouTube broadcast Friday night.
Monday.
Friday and Monday, but upcoming Friday, day after next. Rich Salonis, your
Coach,
the usual suspects.
Gavino.
Yes.
Always Gavino.
Something.
Yeah, that's Vincent's team. I see playing on Monday. They're decent, right? Vincent girls.
Yeah, the Vincent girls have lost the Rinaldi player.
Yeah.
She's the leading scorer at Millersville. She's really good. 2 years ago, they had Callahan and Booth. They were really good. Really good. And we beat them the 1 year, but they were good. And, but
They're pretty good. Not bad, right? Not
What?
bad, though. I think they're 3-2. I
yeah,
think.
no, he's a good coach. Matter of fact, 2 years ago, when he had Booth, Callahan, and Rinaldi, they went to the second round. He was the 5A coach of the year in the state of Pennsylvania. So he can coach, there's no doubt. But we went to our media day. He said, you know, we have no studs. We all play hard. He'll do a great job. He said, we opened up the league with Crestwood, Thompson, Hazelton.
That's a great game.
Yeah, that's his first 3 games. So
Murderers
he said it's going to be rough. You're realistic. Coaches are realistic. We're going to try to win. I guarantee he's going to make us sweat for a while. He's a very good coach.
Yeah, lots to come. Pittston Monday. So we will be with you the beginning of next month. A person I really would like to take a minute to thank from Coach Gav's staff. Alyssa Shamani helps us put this whole thing together.
I'm lost on her.
Numerous text messages, numerous phone calls.
She's good at getting rosters.
She's ready to kill
I have
me.
the best staff around.
You do have the best
I
staff.
got Alyssa Shamani.
And
Andy Conflitti is like, you know, Andy's with me for 21 years. And when I go to media days, they said, I'll make sure you get your away games in and all this stuff. Gabby, you don't have to worry about it. You got Conflitti. Okay. She has all that stuff. Danny Rogers does a great job. And we give a shout out for Lauren Whitney.
Lauren did great,
She's
yeah.
stepping in for her while she had a little baby, taking care of the baby. And even though she's not coaching, she comes all the time. She's doing stuff. She's calling up, do this. She took her under her wing. I got great stuff. I might coach forever. I don't know.
Nah, I mean, I said they'll be saying
It's fun.
the
So
girls'
that means
funeral
by the-
home.
that
We'll be
means-
sponsoring Gabby's run out there.
That means by the time Iona plays, then you will be coaching. She's in fourth
I
grade.
don't know. Listen, they're so good. They make it easy. I put the system in. I listen to them. She's played for me. Lauren Seaman played for me. Andy Conflitti did not. But guess what? She wanted to. And I've asked her many times, do you want to be a coach? No. Too smart for that. I'll just be under the, and she's really good.
Let me tell you, Ann, real quick before we go, Mike, I know we're running out of time.
No, at this
I live-
point, there's no time.
I live 5 minutes away from here. By the time I go home, usually I have the stats in my email.
They're
Again,
unbelievable.
she's unbelievable. And she's the girl from Loyalsock, Kim. Mav's down there. She's great too. When I was working down in Loyalsock, same thing. She had the same stuff like Ann. Nobody in all the years I'm doing it has been as good as those two.
We're still figuring it out.
It's unbelievable. I mean, like for us being brought, everybody's like, "Oh, you really need the stats?" Yeah, I do. Because we do a pregame, we do a spotlight player, and we want to make sure that we give the girls or boys as much,
Right props,
right props. But if you lead the team in rebounds, people should know that.
right?
You know what I mean? If
That's
you've
the
had,
whole point of a broadcast.
if you've had 3 games in double figures, we want to know that. We want to know how close you are to 1,000 or
Sure.
whatever.
A
So-
double, whatever.
Yeah.
Or listen, that girl had 4 points, but she held the other girl to 2 points. Or she had 10 assists and 10 rebounds. That's
Stuff that doesn't show up on the score sheet.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes other coaches sweat down the line when they start to see those stats as well. What do I got coming up against me?
It's funny, last year we go to the All-Star meeting, okay? And the player of the year could be anybody, and usually the MVP is from the winning team, usually, okay? So you nominate people. So I'm sitting there, I got 5 people. I said, fellas, here's the way this works. You guys tell me what you think. Oh my God, the votes were all over the place. Who thought this? Who thought this? Who thought this? Who thought this? Who thought that? First they said to me, Brad, put me in a spot. Okay, you pick them. I said, okay, then I'm picking all 3 All-Star teams. That's it. You're gonna do that? I'll pick them all. No, and it was all over the board. It was really all over the board. It was every one of our kids got a vote or 2. It's amazing, but yeah. So
Well, there you have it for this episode, folks. Unfortunately, we got to go. Christmas is coming. Quickly want to thank our sponsors again. Again, without them, it wouldn't be possible to be able to bring this craziness and this fun that we put together.
Here comes all our food in. They're bringing our food in right now. We better run, yeah.
I thought somebody did a list on the order of bellhops, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
R.L. Marchetti, Plumbing and Heating, Sacco Chiropractic, Bar Bush Automotive, BLB Auto Sales, our Showtime MVPs. The girls did a great job. Thanks to them. Furo's Funeral Services Incorporated with our crossover with our good friend Paul Bow. Not sure why we're sponsoring with the funeral home.
Yeah, Jeff, I don't need to see Jeff earlier than I do see.
But it's all good. Don't forget the game Friday, right, Paulie?
You got it.
7 o'clock or 7:15 pregame.
Somewhere around
7:30
there,
TV
yeah.
out.
After the
Hazleton
girls,
Area School after the JV game.
Yeah.
Hazleton Area School District YouTube. And if you can't get here, you can catch it on there.
And it's archived forever. We got replays. We got archived forever. So tune in.
Yep. And it's a good crew. You have Paul Bow on play-by-play, Rich Salonis on color, DeVito, who runs around like crazy, Christian on stats, some other guys joining the crew, I think, this week, hopefully praying to God Almighty above. And he'll be on the sidelines, trying some new things and having some fun. Can't imagine.
When we throw it down to him, we'll see if he's paying attention. Mike,
I'll at least be able to hear it this
he's on
time.
football guy. Let's go down the sidelines to Mikey Sosa. Mike, yeah.
You don't understand what we had to go through to get it to go to Mikey Sosa, but we won't go there anyway.
And I'm
But-
sitting up there like this.
But again, a big thanks to Coach Gav and his staff. A big shout out to Alyssa Shamani, who is going to kill me before the season is over. She probably sees my number, and it's one of those, why is he calling
I
me?
wouldn't answer. I
Not a real, he never does, ladies and gentlemen. But big thanks to the school district allowing us on site, being able to come in and do what we do. And again, especially to you all for tuning in, whether it's parents, it's relatives, it's friends, it's just you yourself. That's what makes this happen. But you got to get out here. You got to get to see these young ladies. You got to get to see the young men that represent the Cougar boys and Coach Brogan and his crew. Either way, it's all about community. It's all about support. And that's what we are all about as well. So again, thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to Coach
Who
Gavin
designed
and
the
stuff.
set?
That would be Alyssa
Oh, that
Shamani.
looks awesome.
When we did Meet the Cougars a couple of weeks ago, I said, Alyssa, can we do some jerseys? Before I even walked in the door, and Alyssa had to take care of some stuff with the girls, Coach Gav says, she got your jerseys. We're all good. Wait do you see what we got going? I thought we were going to do it on the court like we did the other night. I mean, this is high class right here. This is good stuff.
Gav's like a made man. We got him in the middle and everything. We're
Yeah,
sitting next to him like
I do. Listen, you got to get me an ice pack, though. I've been elbowed so many times between now and 6 weeks ago. We've been doing this for
I have a
years.
story on that.
I come away with.
I'll tell that story again.
To be
Remind me the next
continued.
time we come on to tell the story with Bruce live. It was his first year. I was coaching in Harvard, and we went to Punxsutawney, went to New York, and we went to see Bobby Knight live for 3 days with Jimmy Chapman, who's the school director. God rest him, whatever, I forget his name, but
The boss said you got to save it. We're gonna do it too.
No, we're not doing it now. We're gonna save it. You're gonna
Yeah,
love it.
this
It's
is
a
gonna be
phenomenal
for
story.
January.
Went to
We'll
Poughkeepsie,
leave
New
it.
York.
Poughkeepsie.
We got lost. It's the funniest story you'll ever see. I gotta save that one.
We gotta just,
I'm telling Bruce to pick this up because he will laugh. He'll verify everything.
we gotta just look for sponsors for Gab's Hour and.
Oh, we can do a sponsor with Gab's. Oh my
I'm
gosh, there we
sure
go.
can.
Anybody wants to sponsor Gab's Hour?
We can do that.
Call us up.
Once again, it is the local sports pod. Please remember to share, like, follow, comment, mostly view. We are on Facebook, the local sports pod. We are on YouTube at the local sports pod, and always Instagram highlights. Or Instagram.com, lowercase, all lowercase, the local sports pod. Paul Bo, thank you. Coach Gab, especially. Can't thank again you all out there all enough. Catch these guys, get out here to get a game. That is going to do it for this episode. Our next one, we're looking at somewhere right around the 7th of January, but that is a heavy week for everybody. Again, I'll be back and forth with Alyssa Shamani probably many times,
4 games.
and she'll see me a lot more now that I'm going to be roaming the sidelines, I hope.
She looks
But,
thrilled about that.
But I could tell. So that is going to do it for this episode of Cougar Center Court as we focus on the Lady Cougars. The happiest of holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year till we get to see you on this end again. And as I always say, let's go Cougars.